We shall be questioning concerning technology, and in so doing we should like to prepare a free relationship to it. The relationship will be free if it opens our human existence to the essence of technology. Technology is not equivalent to the essence of technology. When we are seeking the essence of tree, we have to become aware that that which pervades every tree, as tree, is not itself a tree, that can be encountered among all the other trees. Everywhere we remain unfree, chained to technology. We ask the question concerning technology when we ask what it is. Everyone knows the two statements that answer our question. One says, technology is a means to an end. The other says, technology is a human activity, but this much remains correct. Modern technology, too, is a means to an end. We must ask, what is the instrumental itself? Within what do such things as means and end belong? Means is that whereby something is effected, and thus attained. Whatever has an effect as its consequence is called a cause, but not only that by means of which something else is affected by a cause. The end in keeping with which the cause of means to be used is determined is also considered a cause. Wherever ends are pursued and means are employed, wherever instrumentality reigns, there reigns causality. Four causes: materialists, formalists, finalists, and efficients. But suppose that causality, for its part, is veiled in darkness with respect to what it is. Why are there just four causes? The causa efficiens, causa causis, belongs to the verb cadir, to fall. Silver is that out of which the silver chalice is made. As this matter, Heil, it is co-responsible for the chalice. What we call cause, and the Romans call causa, is called aetion by the Greeks, that to which something else is indebted. The four causes are the ways, all belonging at once to each other, of being responsible for something else. Silver is that out of which the silver chalice is made. As this matter, Heil, it is co-responsible for the chalice. The chalice is indebted to, i.e. owes thanks to, the silver for that out of which it consists. But the sacrificial vessel is indebted not only to the silver. As a chalice, that which is indebted to the silver appears in the aspect of a chalice, or not in that of a brooch or a ring. Thus the sacrificial vessel is at the same time indebted to the aspect eidos of chaliceness. Both the silver into which the aspect is admitted as chalice, and the aspect in which the silver appears, are in their respective ways co-responsible for the sacrificial vessel. But there remains yet a third, that is above all responsible for the sacrificial vessel, is that which is in advance, confines the chalice within the realm of consecration and bestowal. Through this the chalice is circumscribing gives bounds, that which gives bounds, all that which completes. In this sense is called in Greek telos, which is all too often translated as aim or purpose, and so misinterpreted. The telos is responsible for what as matter and for what as aspect are together co-responsible for the sacrificial vessel. In order to guard against such misinterpretations of being responsible and being indebted, let us clarify the four ways of being responsible in terms of that for which they are responsible. According to our example, they are responsible for the silver chalices lying ready before us, as a sacrificial vessel. Lying before and lying ready, hypokaistai, characterize the presencing of something that presences. The four ways of being responsible bring something into appearance. They let it come forth into presencing, and wisen. They set it free to that place, and so start it on its way, namely into its complete arrival. The principal characteristic of being responsible is this starting something on its way into arrival. It is in the sense of such a starting something on its way into arrival that being responsible is an occasioning or an inducing to go forward. Veranlassen. Plato tells us what this bringing is in a sentence from the Symposium. Every occasion for whatever passes over and goes forward into presencing, from that which is not presencing, is poiesis, is bringing forth. It is of utmost importance that we think bringing forth in its full scope, and at the same time in the sense in which the Greeks thought it. Not only handcraft manufacture, not only artistic and poetical bringing into appearance, and concrete imagery, is bringing forth poesis, Physis, also, the arising of something from out of itself, is a bringing forth, poiesis. Physis is indeed poiesis in the highest sense, for what presences by means of physis has been the bursting open belonging to bringing forth. Example, the bursting of a blossom into bloom in itself. In contrast, what is brought forth by the artisan or the artist. The silver chalice, example, has the bursting open belonging to bringing forth not in itself, but in another, in the craftsman or artist. The modes of occasioning the four causes are at play then, within bringing forth. But how does bringing forth happen, be it in the nature or in the handwork and art? The possibility of all productive manufacturing lies in revealing. Technology is a way of revealing, is the realm of revealing, i.e., the word stems from the Greek technikon, means that which belongs to Techne. We must observe two things with respect to the meaning of this word. One is that Techne is the name not only for the activities and skills of the craftsman, but also for the arts of the mind and the fine art. Techne belongs to bringing Poiesis. It is something poietic. The other point that we should observe with regard to Techne is even more important. From earliest times until Plato, the word Techne is linked with the word episteme. Both words are names for knowing in the widest sense. The mode of elision. It reveals whatever does not bring itself forth and does not yet lie here before us. Whatever can look and turn out now one way and now another. Whoever builds a house or a ship or forges a sacrificial chalice reveals what is to be brought forth. According to the perspectives of the four modes of occasion, it is said that modern technology is something incomparably different from all earlier technologies, because it is based on modern physics as an exact science. Meanwhile, we have come to understand more clearly that the reverse holds true as well. Modern physics, as experimental, is dependent upon the technical apparatus and upon progress in the building of the apparatus. The establishing of this mutual relationship between technology and physics is correct, and yet the revealing that holds sway throughout modern technology does not unfold into a bringing forth in the sense of poesis. This revealing that rules in modern technology is challenging, which puts to nature the unreasonable demand that it supply energy that can be extracted and stored as such. The setting upon that challenges forth the energies of nature is an expediting, and in two ways. It expedites in that it unlocks and exposes, yet that expediting is always itself directed from the beginning towards furthering something else, i.e. driving on to the maximum yield. The coal that has been hauled out in some mining district has not been supplied in order that it may simply be present somewhere or other. It is stockpiled, that is, it is on call, ready to deliver the sun's warmth that is stored in it. The sun's warmth is challenged forth for heat, which in turn is ordered to deliver steam, whose pressure turns the wheels that keep a factory running. The revealing that rules throughout modern technology has the character of setting upon, in the sense of a challenging forth. Regulating and securing even become the chief characteristics of the challenging revealing. What kind of unconcealment is it then that is peculiar to that which comes to stand forth through this setting upon that challenges? Everywhere everything is ordered to stand by, to be immediately at hand, indeed to stand there, just that it may be on call for further ordering. Whatever is ordered about in this way has its own standing. We call it the standing reserve. The word expresses here something more essential than mere stock. Assumes the rank of inclusive rubric. It designates nothing less than the way in which everything presences that is wrought upon by the challenging revealing. Whatever stands by in this sense, a standing reserve no longer stands over against us as object. Since man drives technology forward, he takes part in ordering in such a way of revealing, but the unconcealment itself, within ordering, unfolds, is never a human handiwork, any more than is the realm through which man is already passing, every time he is as subject relates to an object. When man, in his way, from within unconcealment, reveals that which presences, he merely responds to the call of unconcealment, even when he contradicts it. Thus, when man investigating, observing, ensnares nature as an area of his own, conceiving he has already been claimed by as a way of revealing that challenges him to approach nature as an object of research, until even the object disappears into the objectlessness of standing reserve. This gathering concentrates man upon ordering the real as standing reserve. Ge-stell frame means some kind of apparatus, book rack, also the name for a skeleton. And framing means the gathering together, that setting upon, which sets upon man, i.e. challenges him forth, to reveal the real in the mode of ordering as standing reserve. That revealing concerns nature above all, as the chief storehouse of the standing energy reserve. Accordingly, man's ordering attitude and behavior display themselves first in the rise of modern physics as an exact science. Modern science's way of representing pursues and entraps nature as calculable coherence of forces. Modern physics is not experimental physics, because it applies an apparatus to the questioning of nature. Rather, the reverse is true, because physics, indeed, already as pure theory, sets nature to exert itself as a coherence of forces calculable in advance, therefore orders its experiments precisely for the purpose of asking whether and how nature reports itself when set up in this way. But after all, mathematical physics arose almost 2 centuries before technology. How then could it have already been set upon by modern technology and placed in service? All coming to presence, not only modern technology keeps itself everywhere concealed to the last. Because the essence of modern technology lies in framing, modern technology must employ exact physical science. Through its so doing, the deceptive illusion arises that modern technology is applied physical science. This illusion can maintain itself only so long as neither the essential origin of modern science nor indeed the essence of modern technology is adequately found out through questioning. The essence of modern technology starts man upon the way of that revealing through which the real everywhere more or less distinctly becomes standing reserve. Always the destining of revealing holds complete sway over man. But that destining is never a fate that compels, for man becomes truly free only insofar as he belongs to the realm of destining, and so becomes one who listens and hears, and not one who is completely constrained to obey. The essence of freedom is originally not connected with the will or even with the causality of human willing. Freedom governs the open in the sense of the cleared and lighted up, i.e. of the revealed. It is to the happening of revealing, i.e. of truth, that freedom stands in the closest and most intimate kinship. All revealing belongs within the harboring and the concealing, for that which frees, the mystery, is concealed and always concealing itself. But when we consider the essence of technology, then we experience in framing as the destining of revealing. In this way, we are already sojourning within the open space of destining, that in no way confines us to stultified compulsion to push on blindly with technology, or what has come to the same, to rebel helplessly against it. Since destining at any given time starts man on a way of revealing, is continually approaching the brink of the possibility of pursuing and pushing forward nothing but what is revealed in ordering, and of deriving all his standards on this basis. Through this and other possibility is blocked, that man might be admitted more and more sooner, and ever more primarily to the essence of that which is unconcealed, and to its unconcealment, in order that he might experience as his essence his needed belonging to revealing. Placed between these possibilities, man is endangered from out of destining. The destining of revealing is as such, in every one of its modes, and therefore necessarily danger. In whatever way the destining of revealing may hold sway, the unconcealment in which everything that is shows itself, at any given time harbors the danger that man may quail at the unconcealed and may misinterpret it. Thus where everything that presences exhibits itself in the light of a cause-effect coherence, even God can, for the representational thinking, lose all that is exalted, and only the mysteriousness of his distance. In the light of causality, God can sink to the level of a cause, of cause efficiens. He then becomes, even in theology, the god and the philosophers, namely of those who define the unconcealed and the concealed in terms of the causality of making, without ever considering the essential origin of this causality. Yet when destiny reigns in the mode of enframing, it is the supreme danger. This danger attests itself to us in two ways. As soon as what is unconcealed no longer concerns man, even as object, but does so rather exclusively as standing reserve, and man in the midst of objectlessness is nothing but the orderer of the standing reserve, and then he comes to the very brink of a precipitous fall. That is, he comes to the point where he himself will have to be taken as standing reserve. Meanwhile, man, precisely as one so threatened, exalts himself to the posture of lord of the earth. In this way, the impression comes to prevail that everything man encounters exists only insofar as his construct. This illusion gives rise, in turn, to one final delusion. It seems as though man everywhere and always encounters only himself. But enframing does not simply endanger man in his relationship to himself and to everything that is. As a destining, it banishes man into that kind of revealing which is an ordering. Where this ordering holds sway, it drives out every other possibility of revealing. Above all, enframing conceals that revealing which, in the sense of Poiesis, lets what presences come forth into appearance. As compared with that other revealing, the setting upon that challenges forth thrusts man into a relation which is, that is at once antithetical and rigorously ordered. Where enframing holds sway, regulating and securing of the standing reserve mark all revealing. They no longer even let their own fundamental characteristic appear, namely this revealing as such. Thus the challenging enframing not only conceals a former way of revealing, bringing forth, but it conceals revealing itself, and with it, that wherein unconcealment, i.e. truth, comes to pass, but where danger is, grows, the saving power also. To save is to fetch something home into its essence, in order to bring the essence for the first time into its genuine appearing. In the academic language of philosophy, essence means what something is, in Latin quid, quidditas, whatness, provides the answer to the question concerning essence. The feeling that brings forth Poiesis is also a way that has the character of destining, but these ways are not kinds that, arrayed beside one another, fall upon the concept of revealing. Revealing is that destining which ever suddenly and inexplicably, to all thinking, apportions itself into the revealing that brings forth, and that also challenges, and which allots itself to men. The challenging revealing has its origin as a destining in bringing forth, but at the same time enframing, in a way characteristic of a destining, blocks Poiesis. For according to everything that has been said, enframing is rather a destining that gathers together into the revealing that challenges forth. Challenging is anything but a granting, so it seems so long as we do not notice the challenging forth into the ordering of the real as standing reserve still remains a destining that starts man upon a way of revealing. As this destining, the coming to presence of technology gives man entry into that which, of himself, he can neither invent nor in any way make, for there is no such thing as a man who, solely of himself, is only man. The granting that sends in one way or another into revealing is as such the saving power, for the saving power lets man see and enter into the highest dignity of his essence. This dignity lies in keeping watch over the unconcealment, and with it, from the first, the concealment of all coming to presence on this earth. It is precisely an enframing which threatens to sweep man away into ordering, as a supposed single way of revealing, and so thrusts man into the danger of the surrender of his free essence. It is precisely in this extreme danger that the innermost indestructible belongingness of man within granting may come to light, provided that we, for our part, begin to pay heed to the coming to presence of technology. The essence of technology is in a lofty sense ambiguous. Such ambiguity points to the mystery of all revealing, i.e. of truth. There was a time when it was not technology alone that bore the name Techne. Once that revealing that brings forth truth into the splendor of radiant appearing also was called Techne. Once there was a time when forth of the true into the beautiful was also called Techne. And the Poiesis of the fine arts was also called Techne. In Greece, at the outset of the destiny of the West, the arts soared to the supreme height of the revealing granted them. They brought the presence of the gods, brought the dialogue of the divine and human destinies to radiance. And art was simply called Techne. It was a single manifold revealing. It was a pious promos, yielding to the holy sway and the safekeeping of truth. The poetical brings the truth into the splendor of what Plato in the Phaedrus calls the ekphaniston, an ekphatiston, that which shines forth most purely. The poetical thoroughly pervades every art, every revealing as coming to presence into the beautiful. Thus questioning, we bear witness to the crisis that in our sheer preoccupation with technology, we do not yet experience the coming to presence of technology, that in our sheer aesthetic-mindedness we no longer guard and preserve the coming to presence of art. Yet the more questioningly we ponder the essence of technology, the more mysterious the essence of art becomes. The closer we come to the danger, the more brightly do the ways into the saving power begin to shine, and the more questioning we become, for questioning is the piety of thought.